at the American Cotton Museum in Greenville, Texas.
To the American Cotton Museum.
We're adding the Anderson Grist Mill, the Grace Museum in Abilene, and the Audie Murphy American Cotton Museum to our interactive Texas Museum map. You can find it at texasstandard.org/museums. And while you're there, tell us about you. Near the start of the Iraq War, U.S. military forces moved into the city of Fallujah. A North Texas Marine, barely in his 20s, ran through a rain of bullets to save 3 wounded fellow Corps members during the bloodiest battle of that war. KERA's Marina Trahan Martinez reports that Aubrey McDade Jr. now shares his reflections and compassion with youth and adults to help them push through their own challenges.
Barbecue pits radiate Terry Black's parking lot in development. Gunnery Sergeant Aubrey McDade Jr. grins. Eyeballs click. He scans the area. He can't help himself. The retired North Texas native Marine calls cadence. He drills a young new Marine across the asphalt. His eyes give away the tough drill instructor image. Those eyes have seen pain, abuse in childhood, death in combat.
Nathan Anderson died. Andrew Russell lived. Carlos Downey lived.
It was the Second Battle of Fallujah, November 11th, 2 decades ago. McDade raced into the kill zone, tearing away all the gear weighing him down. He carried 3 wounded men, one by one, to a safer place. McDade is still saving people, 20 years later, back home in North Texas. Growing up on the south side of Fort Worth, he saw domestic violence, crack addiction, and little money or food. He shares that with youth and young adults through his ministry, Life Changer. Life, an acronym for love, invest, forgive, example.
Long gone are the days, do it because I said do it. So now I have these conversations with these adults because a lot of us aren't healthy as well. And you can't get in here in front of these kids and act like they can't see your spirit because you got a light on too. And if your light is dim, kids will say, hey man, you need to tighten your light bulb up, it's flickering.
McDade wants their character strong enough to fight temporary problems.
There's so much power in understanding that we're at such close proximity to death. Like, you really could see the devil's ass. Like, it was that. It was like that. But to be able to go out here and tell these kids the same thing, I know you feel like the words give you is behind the kids, but like, you see, this is just a workout plan. That's it. We just break it down some muscle and get it strong.
Keyshawn Rubel says McDade's Marine Corps values changed the direction of his life. Senior year, he paid attention to a speech by McDade, who he calls Gunny.
We wasn't really trying to hear it, but as he was talking about just growing up, and I just knew I could relate to it.
Rubel had been kicked out of Dunbar High School for fighting. He was wearily working at IHOP and Walmart after school. His family experienced homelessness, and he thought about choosing a criminal lifestyle to change all that. Raised by only his mom, McDade gave the struggling Rubel a template for an honorable man.
It gave my mental space a type of security to want to do better. He made me believe in myself a lot more. A lot.
The mom did help.
Rubel is now at Texas Wesleyan University Rams safety, and he's working on a degree in sports communications.
He did save my life in a way. And not even just physically, mentally he did as well.
McDade has helped many people like Keyshawn in North Texas, and he saved Marines in Iraq, but he couldn't save everyone. Tom Foreman interviewed McDade in the 2007 CNN documentary Anvil of God.
13 dead, dozens wounded, countless acts of valor. Sergeant Aubrey McDade ran alone repeatedly through an intense firefight to carry wounded Marines to safety, earning one of the highest honors, the Navy Cross.
Marines who fought with him in Iraq want to upgrade
Medal of Honor,
today's
Navy
Navy
Cross.
Cross to a Medal of Honor. Wade Sid Turner, raised in Oak Cliff, saw McDade save fellow brothers of the 1st Battalion, 8th Regiment, Bravo Company.
McDade was always a leader, but to have one of our own be up there to represent everything that happened on the battlefield, not just him alone, it means a lot to all the guys.
Turner is connected with Texas Senator John Cornyn's office to make it happen. I'm Marina Trahan Martinez in Dallas.
Support for Texas Standard comes from the Texas Tuition Promise Fund and the Texas College Savings Plan, administered by the state of Texas. More on how each plan can help families start saving for future college expenses is at
I just couldn't see real
SaveNowForCollege.org.
democratic how that's gonna just really. I just can't see. I'll see what they do when they
Coming
get
up
in
in the
office.
next hour, Shane
Ain't
Harris,
gonna be no
staff
difference.
writer at The Atlantic, talks about the
They already
latest
giving all
US
the money to
intelligence
goddamn
documents that
bring
emerged
another
over
400
the
million.
weekend that
Just
detail
gave him another
Israel's
400
plan
million.
to attack Iran. We're going to hear this and more 6 minutes past the hour on 90.1.
You know what got me? They just gave him another $400 million package. As much as I don't like that guy, I just cannot vote with that shit black. That's not what it is.
Support for KERA News comes from Broadway Bank's commercial banking team. Local bankers committed to guiding businesses through planning their financial needs and growth. Appointments at broadway.bank/commercial.
What's that, robots?
FDIC. UNT offering an online microcourse in workplace writing essentials focused on enhancing the writing and communication skills needed to
Appreciate
excel
it.
in the professional world.
Hope you
Details at online.unt.edu/writing.
hit the sub button. I appreciate it.
Texas Standard, I'm David Brown. Going into last year's state legislative session, Governor Greg Abbott's top priority was something he called education savings accounts, or ESAs, what many critics call school vouchers. And it looks like the issue will again be a priority as we move toward the next session in 2025. The proposal would give each student a set amount of money annually to pay for education expenses, including private school tuition. Supporters believe that the program gives parents and students more academic choice and opportunities, while its detractors say it'll take money from public education and essentially subsidize private schools. One state already has real-world experience on how such a plan might play out, though. Arizona passed a bill that entitles each student to around $8,000 each school year. Eli Hager is a Phoenix-based reporter for ProPublica, who recently took a close look at who's actually benefiting from or using this program. Eli, welcome to the Texas Standard.
Thanks for having me.
When you started reporting this story on a similar program in Arizona, what big questions were you trying to answer?
Well, we were trying to answer two questions. Number one, the premise of school vouchers is that it should help low-income families. And number two, there's actually interest among lower-income